If you've been paying attention, you probably know that the two candidates for the US presidency are old. It's Biden versus Trump again, with Trump at 78 years of age and Biden at 81. The ages of these two set a record for US election history, with the second place record going to them just 4 years prior. And this would make you think that people must really like Biden and Trump, right? I mean, why else would they nominate the same two people twice in a row, despite one of them being born before the invention of the atomic bomb and the other one being a convicted felon? Well, actually, they're historically unpopular. Both Biden and Trump have extremely poor approval ratings. Biden with 37% and Trump at the same time during his presidency at 39%. In fact, polls show that the majority of Americans want neither Biden nor Trump to be in the race at all. And yet, here we are. So what has given us this extremely annoying result? To answer, we must first learn about some mathematical magic called the median voter theorem. The median voter theorem goes as follows. Imagine you have two politicians running for office, a left-winger and a right-winger. There's 1,000 voters out there with different political positions. We can put them on a left-right axis. At first, both politicians start running with their preferred policy positions. Here's how things go from there. Every voter looks at the politicians and votes for the one who is closer to their position. So those to the right of the right-winger will vote for him. Those to the left of the left-winger will vote for the left-winger. And those sandwiched between the two will get split between them. So imagine you're the right-winger in this position. What will you do? Well, if you go a little bit closer to the center, you'll get more votes without compromising your beliefs. This way, you can get more voters and guarantee a win. The left-winger will of course respond in kind by going further to the center. Now he's definitely winning and you're losing. So you repeat that. The two of you keep going towards the center and you meet there. You now have identical politics that matches that of the median voter, the one in the middle. In fact, neither of you will want to deviate because then the other guy will surely win. So both politicians start promising the same stuff and the difference between political parties disappears. This is clearly not Biden and Trump. These guys hate each other. One wants to help Ukraine, the other calls Zelensky a showman. One cares about climate change, the other thinks it's a hoax. But the thing is that American politics used to work this way. For decades, people complained that Republicans and Democrats had similar policies, with some even joking that the US had a one-party system with two different names for the parties. It was a median voter theorem system. And that changed with the spread of primaries. Here's the thing. Candidates can no longer choose their policies in a way that guarantees winning the elections, because they first have to win the party primary. Let's change our example from earlier. Now the candidates have to win the primary within their parties before going on to the general election. What will happen? Well, now you have to choose the median political position inside your party, what the middle Republican and Democrat like, not what the middle American likes. As a result, the two candidates become really different. This is what has led to the polarization over the past decades. Making it to the election requires you to win a primary, which means that you have to cater to the radical wing of your political party. And this has given us Biden and Trump. Trump has had a loyal base in the Republican Party. Mind you that the vast majority of Americans hate the guy, but he has a lot of loyalists. And to win the Republican primary, it's enough to have the support of the top 25% most right-wing people in the country. And those guys are Trump loyalists. So Trump becomes a candidate because he wins the Republican primary. As for Biden, the exact same story. In 2020, a bunch of people decided to run a pretty left-wing platform during the Democratic primary, Bernie Sanders, Liz Warren, because they misjudged the political positions of their base. Biden was slightly closer to the center of the Democrats, and he got the candidacy. Ergo, Biden and Trump. Both of them are hated by the majority of the country. But that's not what matters. What matters is that they have the support of over half of their respective parties, so they can't be taken down. So there you go. At some point in the 20th century, the US switched from a system that chose candidates in a smoke-filled room with a bunch of elites to a system that prioritizes inter-party democracy. And this has caused polarization, political alienation, and given us two candidates that we're all sick and tired of seeing. This video was made possible with help from the University of Georgia, bringing quality education to Georgia and beyond.